There's a great opportunity for us as advertisers to deliver the right message at the right time to our consumers around great content, which then drives more investment in those platforms.
Well, I'm with Sam Taylor, who is Head of Customer Marketing at Direct Line Group. And Sam, you've been talking at Connected TV World Summit about performance TV and how we can use TV as a performance medium. But I know you actually think that we should maybe stop creating these dividing lines between performance and brand and above the line, below the line. So just sort of talk us through your views on that.
Yeah, so the point I keep trying to make really is, we're obsessed with brand and performance, but I think it's everything we do in marketing is about performance. It's about creating demand or driving conversion, and telly's good at doing all those things. So whether we use TV to build more demand, whether we use TV to drive more sales or acquisition, whether we use TV to drive more retention, it's a great platform now to do all of those things. And so when you've got a conversation that's dedicated towards the short term or to efficiencies, or I think it's good for me to be able to remind people of we're in the business of audiences, and it doesn't matter what you're trying to do, you're just trying to talk to an audience.
And do you use TV now to go lower in the funnel than you used to? So maybe to achieve things that were once performed more in digital or direct mail or something?
We do. We use TV at the high level kind of priming or branding effect, which we're now getting more sophisticated on because we're able to suppress certain audiences where we don't want to distribute to. And then we're using TV in the traditional performance level, so direct response TV. We're now using that in a much more data-driven way, so targeting towards prospects that look like existing customers, so we know they're more likely to get a quote in insurance or not. And then we're now using it more for existing customers to engage, which is measured through NPS, or to cross-sell, or to drive retention. So right the way through the funnel.
Okay, and you had, I think with Churchill, one of your brands, you used addressable TV to reach them and then tried to get them to download the new app, is that right?
That's right. So, it's why wouldn't we use TV-led advertising? We used broadcast, we used Sky, AdSmart, actually, Amazon Prime, as well as the sort of video channels, TV360, Amazon DSP, to target existing Churchill Motor customers who hadn't yet downloaded our new app, to say, hey, download the app. We would never have dreamt of doing that on TV before.
So that's an astonishing example of where you know the customer, you know whether they've got the app installed or not, and you know where to find them. And presumably you're doing a first-party data match with Sky in that case?
First-party data, running that through Data Clean Room, which is we use LiveRamp, and then connecting LiveRamp out to Sky. And then we're also looking at connecting ITV and Channel 4 via Infosum to LiveRamp, so we can then target on all broadcast platforms through broadcast VOD streaming in a way that we just couldn't do before.
And addressable TV and all targeting always came with a premium, of course. And I mean, now, are we so much more sophisticated with data that we can make the addressable work harder? And is it easier to do the ROI on addressable now?
I think so. I think, we've been working with third-party data with the media owners for some time, whether that be on the media giants, whether that be Facebook or Google, or even AdSmart on Sky. And I think the price premium for the privilege of targeting was not in balance with the effective outcomes, and I think because the data quality wasn't as good. Now using our own first-party data, which we argue is the best data, it then justifies the increased cost per impact, and then it pays. So what we're finding is that now we're using our own data, that we are seeing an impact from the advertising that has the same or even better ROI than using broadcast targeting at a much, much lower cost per thousand.
Okay, and I know it was a big transformation journey, 2-year effort to kind of get yourself into a really good place with the data. Just talk about that very quickly.
That's the biggest blocker, I think, to advertisers driving that, creating the opportunity to target using different platforms. And I think for me, it was a 2-year personal endeavour to try and get the technology team and the privacy team, the security team at Direct Line Group behind the idea that we wanted to move our data out of our business and into another. It meant that advertising and media became not just a CFO conversation around long-term effectiveness of TV or short-term, but actually on technically, do we have the right governance, the right privacy statements, the right consent to do that? And that journey, as I say, it was 2 years, and we're now only just sort of I could sort of say it was like climbing up a mountain. We're now at the other side, looking down at the valley, and we're going, wow, what a view! Look what we can do, and now we're starting to do it. So the biggest challenge really is other advertisers who are going, do you know what? I haven't got the energy or the appetite to go on that journey, even though I know on the other side we could do some great stuff. And I think that is the one thing that's inhibiting, I think, the progression of brands adopting this way of advertising.
Yeah. And I know you're a great evangelist for marketing and TV, so you would like everybody to kind of get on that train.
I think so. Obviously, there's a competitive advantage for us that other brands not doing it, but I also think there's a great opportunity for us as advertisers to deliver the right message to the right time to our consumers around great content, which then drives more investment in those platforms. It will drive sustainable growth for the broadcasters that are suffering now that we're seeing that kind of proliferation of channels. So I think all of this stuff is good for the TV industry, which obviously in the career that I've had, I want to give back. I mean, TV has driven great outcomes to me as sort of a marketing professional, and I just want to make sure that I have a moral obligation while it's on my watch to grow that business. So.
Great stuff. All right, we're doing a fabulous job, so thank you for telling us about that.